We have a lot to go over. 46 items sold. This is our first weekend back from vacation, and we're trucking right along. Today's been super slow, but we did have some normal days. Usually when we come back from vacation mode, usually there is like a long period of time we don't sell a lot, right? And it kind of picked up, but we have a lot of people that have supported us through the 127 by buying stuff in our eBay store. We much appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and thank a ton of people. Amanda, thank you so much. You bought a really cool mouse pin, and you said, I'd love to get a sticker. You're going to get one. We're going to send you a sticker, 100%.
Absolutely.
And then Kathy, you've been around this channel for a very, very long time. You got some Sensi's heading your way. Immediately, we really appreciate all the support that you have given us. Also, I ain't got no service. Robert, thank you so much for buying the set of Matco Tools pocket screwdrivers that we picked a whole bunch of them up, but a lot of those have sold. They're in our eBay store. We only have a couple sets left. They actually sold way faster than I thought, and we picked those up at the 127. It's actually the first thing that we sold from the 127. Then Troy, thank you so much. You also bought a set of the Matco screwdrivers, and then we have one more. And Melanie, thank you so much. You bought a single screwdriver from us. I have only a couple sets left where it's a regular or Phillips head and a slot screwdriver, and then I just have some regular screwdrivers I think that are for sale. Casey, you bought the vintage hand-blown green bud vase, a 6-inch bud vase. It's got like little bubbles in it and stuff. Looks really, really cool. We appreciate it. I just listed that. You must have been waiting for it because once I listed, you immediately bought it. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that you saw on the videos, it did take us a while to get listed because we did go out of town for a couple of days. Moving on from that, we just had a low-end golf club sell. This one right here is a ping eye. When you ever see that cat eye looking thing, they don't sell quite as good as the ping eye 2s. That one only sold for $12, so just always know that. They sell a lot better in the set, but if you can just single ones, you gotta get them super cheap. And then even this one right here is the King Cobra 2 3-iron. Sold for about $12 plus shipping. They're selling pretty slow right now, honestly. The golf clubs are selling slow, but we did sell a set of women's, it's kind of hard to see, but they are the Bazooka QLS. We got this at the Goodwill.
And where do you get your green wrap?
I get my green wrap at the Home Depot.
Home Depot.
The Home Depot. But if you're looking for poly bags, we do now get our poly bags from Gyropack. There will be a link down below. We also get a little bit of each thing that you buy. We have an affiliate link. That link will be down below. Also use the code Beardedthriftmachine. You get 10% off your order. Somebody said that you have to buy $50 worth, but we tried our own link the other day, and we bought 20 bucks worth and it worked. So I don't know. Hopefully that glitch worked itself out. Moving on to other sales, the 511 tactical pants only sold for $10 plus shipping. We had some Levi's sell, what was that, $10 plus shipping. And then a vintage pullover from the Eagles football team that sold for $19 plus shipping. We had some tools sell, tools are so easy to sell, $18 plus shipping on this really nice Craftsman breaker bar. Challenger wrench sold for $9 plus shipping. $35 on these. You actually bought these not too long ago. They are just like corduroy Converses. And they sold to somebody in California, $35 plus shipping.
And I cleaned them up with a magic eraser.
Magic eraser. $5 for a Bose remote. $50 for a whole bunch of punches. These are like things that you would use, metal punches. 50 bucks for them. I have them listed for 100. I had them for a really long time, so we offered me 50. I took it. 20 bucks for these vintage. These are Pioneer speakers. They sold for $20 plus shipping. We picked this up for only $1. $13 for the Coleman. $13.50 plus shipping on that. That's not too bad. Furman hat I think went for $10. This one went for only $5. It's the Polo. I think it's because the condition isn't all that good. And then I think it was like $9 for the camo hat, the bucket hat right there. Our shorts are still selling, which is nice. $9 plus shipping. We got 2 of them there. The Monopoly Man, he sold for $9 plus shipping. $25 for this. Remember we got this for free? This is a hand-painted picture of the USS Saratoga. Went for $25 plus shipping. The same person that bought that bought 2 bandanas, vintage Harley Davidson bandanas. We picked them up for like 25 cents a piece. They sold for $14.99. $14.99. And then we did also get this for free from my buddy. This is a record. Went for $40 plus shipping. And the precious moment right here, bless those who serve their country. Amen to that. Thank you for everybody that serves this country in uniform. $6 plus shipping. We are at the storage unit. As you can tell, we have a mess in here. It is a shamalam. We have just so much stuff that we're gonna have like a big blowout sale, maybe like a free thing on Facebook Marketplace, or then after that we're gonna have to get rid of some stuff because we have like all those parts back there are just no good. But we did sell, talk about car parts, check these bad boys out. We sold manifolds to a Stingray 2007 maybe. And we sold them for 175 bucks. They're actually not going back on a Corvette. They're going on something else the guy said that he's going to have enough clearance for. But these will be a pain to ship because I think these are cast iron or cast. And they can chip. Like if these things were to take a hard hit right here, it would just break that off and it would be completely worthless. So these will be kind of hard to ship. They're very, very heavy. Luckily, they're only going to North Carolina. But for 175 bucks, I picked these up for like, what, 20 bucks? So 20 bucks and 175, we'll take it. We usually do not have any complaints about eBay, right? We tend not to complain about what eBay does because we know it's a big business and they have to make money. We don't complain about how much they take. We don't complain about this. Anything. We don't think we've ever said anything bad about eBay. This one though was a little bit wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, like it was a
little bit sketchy.
A little bit sketchy on eBay's part, not so much our part or even the buyer's part.
Right.
This was 100% going to be eBay's fault. And let's explain the story real fast. So, we sent out our lamps, those Onyx lamps. We sold for $279 plus shipping. It was over with the shipping. It was over a $300 deal. So we sent it. It had insurance on it, whatever. We send it. It says it's delivered to the person on a certain date. No big deal. We didn't think anything of it. About 2 days later, a case was opened up against us that it was not delivered. Now, per eBay policy, if it shows delivered to the people, all you have to do is update the tracking, and then through the protection, eBay protection, seller's protection, you're pretty much in the clear. Like eBay's going to cover that, or whoever's going to cover it. It never comes out of your pocket because you did exactly what you were supposed to do, and that person's just stating they didn't get it. Well, we did that. It was no problem. 4 or 5 days go past, and we're actually in Tennessee. 10 o'clock at night, I finally get service on my phone because we didn't have service, and I saw that we had a deduction of like 250 bucks, $275 out of our account in an email stating that they agreed with the buyer that he did not get his item and that we are at fault for this. And I was like, that doesn't even make any sense. I did everything I was supposed to do. So I call eBay at 10 o'clock at night, and they surprisingly answered the phone. And so it was Eastern time, or actually it was Mountain time. Central time. I don't know what time. We were in basically a time zone warp.
Yeah.
And so call them up, and we go through this whole thing. First, the lady can't even find that item. I had to give her the item number. She said, I still don't see it. It took like 5 to 10 minutes for her to even find the item. She finally found it. Said, oh yeah, it's these Onyx lamps. She said, you didn't update the shipping information, the tracking. I said, well, I did because I even wrote a little message that says it's stated as delivered on so-and-so date. And she said, no, I don't see that, and I wouldn't be able to see that. And I said, well, what's the next step here? Because I definitely did it. She said, well, we can take you to the appeals, right? And she said, oh, I agree with you. Yeah, it's... Then she actually stated that I see where it was delivered on tracking, okay? So she has stated that she sees where it was delivered, that she has agreed with me that it was delivered, but it needs to go to the appeals, and the appeals process would most likely just side with me in like a day or so. I hang up the phone. No, as fast as I hang this phone up, I get another email from the appeals that state I did not upload the tracking and that the appeal was closed and that the money will still be taken out of my account. And I was like, and I'm sure that y'all have had this problem too, where somebody says it's not delivered. To write a message, you have to then update the tracking, then you can write the message, then you submit it. Right. I don't actually think that you can write a message to like the case without updating the tracking, because it's like the tracking information, then the message, and the submit button. So I was like, dude, this is insane. So I emailed them back actually through eBay. And I said, this isn't right. I have all the information. That I did update the tracking. Well, on eBay, it shows you where you updated the tracking information. So I go back into the final case, or the original case file. I take a screenshot of where it's stated on the day after I had updated the tracking. Then I go to the UPS website stating when it was delivered, that both of those coincided, that I did everything right, sent it to them. 2 days later, 2 days later, they finally email me back and say, you know what, you're right, we're wrong. We actually see that now, and then they gave us a full refund. So I don't understand, number one, how fast they sent me the appeals email. There's no way that they looked at that fast. And two, the lady at the beginning saw where it was delivered. Why couldn't she have just switched Handled it then. So kind of a little sketchy on eBay's part. The buyer might not have got it. You know, that happens. Sometimes they're delivered to the wrong house.
Right.
You know, I don't think it was a scam on his part, to be honest with you. I'm hoping that he did end up getting the lamps. They're very neat looking lamps. Hopefully they're just not out there being thrown away, because they're like one of a kind. They're one of a kind, like onyx marble lamps. You're not going to be able to get them anyplace else. They're older, they were vintage. So hopefully the lamps are located somewhere. But on eBay's part, a little bit sketchy. But if you run into that, pursue it. If you know that you're right.
And screenshots.
Yeah, and have screenshots, and then send the screenshots to... Been talking too long. Yeah, and have screenshots to actually back you up, because if I didn't do that, they would have never believed it. That, you know, and usually I don't have a problem with that ever. This is the first time in 5 years we've ever had a problem with that. So really, it's not that big of a deal, but it is that big of a deal because of so much money, or even because you did everything right and they said that you didn't. So if you run into that problem, pursue it. Keep contacting them if you know you're right. Have your information, send it to them, and this one worked out in our favor. A lot of times it doesn't work out in your favor, but yeah.
eBay finally did make it right.
eBay did make it right, and we got our money. Hopefully the lamps are found.
Yes.